Leaders from
What if I told you that one speech delivered at the lowest point of somebody's career could completely turn everything around? What if I told you that 30 minutes on television could save a political career that seemed destined for destruction? Today, I want to share with you one of the most remarkable comeback stories in American political history. A story about when your back is against the wall, when everybody wants you to quit, when the entire world is watching. The right words, delivered with authenticity, can change everything. So picture this. It's September 1952. Richard Nixon, just 39 years old, is running for vice president along war hero Dwight Eisenhower. Everything should be going perfectly, but instead, Nixon's political career is about to implode. The New York Post has just broken a story about an $18,000 slush fund set up by Nixon's supporters. Now, $18,000 in 1952 is about $200,000 today, not chump change. The headlines were brutal. Secret Nixon fund, Millionaires Club supports Nixon, financial comfort for the senator. Within days, the calls started coming. Nixon must go. He's damaged goods. Drop him from the ticket. Even members of his own party were demanding that he quit. The Washington Post said his departure would give Republicans an unparalleled opportunity to demonstrate sincerity against corruption in government. Think about that pressure. Your own party calling for your head. The media convinced you're finished. Your running mate, Eisenhower himself, offering only lukewarm support. Nixon was isolated, humiliated, seemingly finished. But then Nixon did something unprecedented. Instead of quietly disappearing, instead of accepting defeat, he decided to fight back, but not in the way that you would expect. On September 23, 1952, Nixon appeared on live television from a studio in Los Angeles. His wife, Pat, sat nearby in an armchair looking stricken, mostly out of camera range. For 30 minutes, Nixon laid his life bare. He talked about his modest background, his financial struggles, his possessions, and his debts. Pat doesn't have a mink coat, he said, but she does have a respectable Republican cloth coat. He detailed every dollar of the controversial fund, $6,100 for stationery, $3,430 for travel, not 1 cent for personal use, he said. But then nearly 20 minutes in, Nixon said something that would make his speech legendary. He talked about a gift his family had received. A supporter in Texas had heard Pat Nixon say on a radio show that their daughter would love to have a dog. We got a message from Union Station in Baltimore saying they had a package for us. We went down to get it. You know what it was? It was a little Cocker Spaniel dog in a crate, sent all the way from Texas, black and white, spotted. And our little girl, Trisha, the 6-year-old, named it Checkers. Then came the line that saved his career.
You know, the kids, like all kids, love the dog. And I just want to say this right now, that regardless of what they say about it, we're going to keep it.
The audience went wild. Nixon had done something brilliant. He made it personal, he made it human, he made it relatable. Here was a man under enormous pressure, standing up for his family and their little dog. As one writer later said, Nixon had stripped himself naked for all the world to see and brought the missus and the kids and the dog into the act. Nixon closed by asking Americans to decide his fate. He said, "Send letters and telegrams to the Republican National Committee. Tell them whether you think I should stay on or whether I should get off. And whatever their decision is, I will abide by it." The response was immediate and overwhelming. Tens of thousands of Americans sent telegrams and letters supporting Nixon. The Republican National Committee voted unanimously to keep him on the ticket. The next day, Eisenhower met Nixon in West Virginia and declared him vindicated. "Why? You're my boy," the general reportedly said. A political disaster had been completely averted. Nixon went on to serve 2 terms as vice president and later, as you know, 2 terms as president. All because of one speech, one moment of authenticity, one decision to fight back. Now, what's the lesson here for all of us? What can we learn from the Checkers speech? First, when your back is against the wall, don't just accept defeat, fight back. Second, authenticity beats perfection. Nixon wasn't polished, but he was real. And then third, Make it personal, make it human, make it relatable. And finally, sometimes your greatest crisis can become your greatest opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, be sure that you are ready to be riveting. Our riveting AI engine can write you that perfect script, and the training can teach you how to deliver it with persuasive power. So think about your own life, your own career, your own challenges. When have you faced a moment of crisis where everybody expected you to quit? What if instead of retreating, you stepped forward? What if instead of hiding, you spoke your truth? What if your lowest moment became your launching pad? So, grab your Darren Daily Journal and ask yourself, what challenge are you facing that could become your checkers moment? What truth do you need to tell? What stand do you need to take? What fight do you need to fight? Because sometimes one speech, one moment of courage, one decision to be authentic can change everything. So, share with us below what's your truth that needs to be told. And share this Darren Daily widely. I'm sure there are several in your circle who need to hear this encouragement.